Oi pessoal, boa noite. Aqui Eduardo Falcon. Eu vim num vídeo aqui fazer homenagem a um senhor dos Estados Unidos que eu conheci, acho que em 2011, em Carapicuíba, da Igreja Batista de Carapicuíba, uma missão americana que veio para o Brasil para poder fazer obras sociais aqui no Brasil. Tá, o vídeo é em inglês, eu não vou ter tempo de legendar, mas numa outra oportunidade eu legendo, ou no próprio YouTube, o YouTube acho que põe legendas em português, tá bom? Porque, óbvio, eles são americanos, eu vou falar em inglês, tá bom? Uh, Hi, my dear grandmommy Shirley. Do you know, of course, that the first moment that I saw you and your husband, Gerald, my heart opened too much. On that time, I had a lot of problems in my personal life. And when my uncle, Hawk Hughes, that on that time belongs to the Baptist church here in Carapicuíba, invited me to help them with the English translation, to help them to have a good relationship with you and you have a nice time here in Brazil. I didn't imagine how much special that time will be. I just imagined that, okay, it's not the first time that I meet foreigners or Americans or English speakers. And I went there with, I don't know, a business head mind. And I just imagine, okay, I will go there, I will help them to translate, da 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 da. But I was totally wrong. That time, my dear, I had one of the best days of my life. Days, not just one days. If I remember, you were here 1 week or 10 days. And that days, I left my accountant office full time to help you and help them. And on that time, when we are passing, when we are being in the situation, normally we didn't know how much special that was. But sometime after, or sometime a long time after, when you stop to think about that time, I can just know, like today, almost 1 decade that we were together on that time, that one of the mostly special week in my life. That class that you invited me to help you, the cook's class, I just imagine that I will be in a, I don't know, beside you and just translate to the students, the poor women here in Carapicuíba, the people that needs something that you do here. To them was a special day also. They told me, but you transform my life, my dear mommy. That day was totally incredible. I never imagined that you invited me to cook with you. My mom, Joanice, when I was young, when I was near to 9 years old, she started to teach me how to cook, to be an independent man when I will be adult, or to help my wife when I be married, because she believes that the husband need to help always his wife. Proof of that my father is a bad man, is a bad father. He was so terrible. He's a kind of toxic man here in Brazil. I don't know how to explain better in English. The machismo the troglodyte man. I don't want to talk about him. And she say, Eduardo, when you be adult or married, you need to help always your wife. And and she teach me a lot of things. She teach me how to cook, how to fix clothes, how to clean the house, how to do a lot of things. And I am so grateful to her. Okay, mommy, Janice, I'm so grateful to you, mommy. I love you. And that one, mommy, Shirley, my grandmommy, I teach to my kids. I tried, of course, to teach to my kids. Amanda, she's 25 years old today, and Eduardo Filho, Eduardo Jr., okay, he is 23 years old nowadays. Nowadays, I am grandfather. I have a little daughter, Elizabeth or Lisa. She's 3 years old, and this week, my new um, grandson will born. The first name, the first name my daughter choose was Oliver, but she changed it to Gael. Is a Spanish name. So when I look back to that special, I showed to someone that we watched this movie some pictures of that day. That was totally special in my life, my dear. And I never imagined that you asked me to cook. And I remember the phrase that you give to the students, because the students that day, the women, sorry, the women, they were totally worried because they never had one English teacher like you here, and they were totally worried if they will be able to follow your instructions, okay? Because they know that you are a great and big cooker, United States. Your cookies and your recipes were so special, and you had a amazing idea. You had a fantastic idea when you asked me to cook, because I know how to cook, but basic food, rice, beans, meat, something like that. Never I cooked it. No, I did some some cooks, but not special like yours, dear. And when you have that great idea to put me to cook, you prove to them, and I remember nowadays your phrase, because I don't know, my dear mommy, if I told you once or sometime that I have that kind of photographic memory. So I remember every details of that day, the clothes that you wore, the phrase that you said, everything, my dear, everything I remember. I don't know how to say this in English. Here in Brazil, you say photographic memory or elephant memory when the person remember everything, every detail, and I remember, my dear, every detail. And on that time, when you invited me to cook, I look at you and say, oh, hey, Mirs Chile, I will cook. No, I'm not able to cook. And you say, Eduardo, I know that you aren't able to cook, but they also aren't able. If you, Eduardo, can prepare the cookies, they will believe that they can prepare too, because you are men and they are women. So on this class today, here on the um, Baptist, oh my God, always I did incorrect this word. Igreja Batista, Baptist Church here in Carapicuíba. If you and Gerald, because if you remember, you also choose Gerald to help me, and you say, Eduardo, I will just give you the instructions. You and Gerald will cook because you are mean, and if the students, the poor women that came to know how to cook cookies, to after they cook, prepare, and sell cooks, to improve their lives, to improve that money that she can do every month to change their lives, they will believe. And on that time, he say, "Oh my God, this mommy is she's so smart, intelligent, and you have the feeling, the correct feeling, my dear." On that time, I don't know if you remember. Unfortunately, I don't have the video, but I asked to the priest, yeah. I asked to the priest send me the video, and I will prepare a biggest homemade like Gerald deceives. Um, deceives? No, sorry. Dessert, dessert. Okay. And if you look to their faces, they were so like they have courage. They were more comfortable to believe that they can cook your cookies because they look to us, Gerald and me, and say, "Hey, if Eduardo, that he's accountant, they know that I'm an accountant in Brazil, and Gerald, her husband, oh my God, I am totally able to do it." And you take your goal to learn them your cookies and the love. Because, my dear mommy, when you do that, you are teaching love. Because, again, they had the first experience with a foreigner. And here in Brazil, normally, when you talk with foreigners, someone be nervous. And if you didn't do that class with me cooking and Gerald, maybe they will create a block on their minds. They maybe can block their minds to learn your lessons, and that was incredible because you are a teacher like me because I teach English in Brazil. Nowadays I stopped to teach the last time that I cut my leg. So 3 years, 3 years ago, I stopped to teach English. But I teach, my dear, I just I didn't teach just the subject of English class. I tried to teach love. So when my students came to my class, I, teacher Eduardo, I was worried about everything. Okay, so the position that they sit, their clothes if they are aligned, um, the care with the books, with the things. um, I always was worried about their family relationship, if they are okay or not, because if they aren't okay, I believe that they cannot learn good, cannot learn calm and understand everything that I can explain. Once my students call me like um, okay, they call him like a Hitler teacher, but it's not something like Hitler. It's just to say that I am a general. I am so not soft. The inverse of soft, it's hard to them. And I told them, okay, if I'm hard with you, if I am a general, because I control the time that I arrive here, I don't permit you use cell phones. I don't permit that you sit like that on the seats or something like that. Okay, I'll take you guys and I move you to the other teacher, teacher Carlos, my big friend that I had that time. And they say, "No, teacher Eduardo, no, please, please, no." I did it with I believe on that time I had 20 class of students, near to 300 students at that time. But imagine a day that you are, I don't know, upset with something and say, okay, okay, if I'm brave with you, if I'm hard with you, and I'm charge you too much, I will move you to the teacher Carlos. And they say, no, teacher, we love you. We love your class. I say, okay, but you say that I'm a general, I'm Hitler or something like that. Remember, Hitler is not something to compare him. They just say that I'm so brave. And they say, no, teacher, but you were with us. Always you are worried with us and that we love. Because sometimes my father don't worry about me. My mom, she just stay on the cell phone or watching TV. Don't worry about us if we are with a clean clothes, with your clean our mind. It's good to teach English or something like that. And you not teacher. When we come here, you worry about everything with us. With our great, with our good, with our okay in our family, in our house, in another school, the regular school that we have. And when you were with us, teacher, we love you so much because they all okay. I'm not a special teacher in their life. They have all their special teachers, but they understand my grandmommy that they remember a lot about me. When I left the school that I was teaching, they organized one big protest against the school because they know that I had some problem with the owner. But I say, no, no, don't do that, guys. If you love me, don't do that. Okay, because you will create a big problem to the school, to the other students, to the other professionals that work there. If you really love me, please don't do that. Okay, I will go to other school. If you want, you can move. But the most important is the love that you gave me and I try to give you. And when you do that back into our history on that day, my grandmommy, you you do the same. You give them love. You don't just teach them how to cook. And to me, my dear, you created one of the most important days in my life. I never forget it. And after that time that we were together, you are, sorry, one of the most important people in my life. I consider you my grandmommy. I consider you like a parent. I guess a parent or a relative that I had the blood. Do you know why, my dear? Because you every month, normally twice per month, you call me, not call, but you send a message, you ask me something about me, and I believe I do the same. And I had some parents, some relatives here in Brazil that didn't do that. I have a relative, sorry, families Hughes and Garcia, but that's true. Do you know, guys? I'm sorry, but that's true. And it make me so sad, just so you know, guys. But it's family, okay? Not the family Hughes and Garcia, my families, they aren't the only family that do that in the world. I believe everyone has some problems with the family. That's totally normally, okay? I'm not condemning you guys, okay? But you, my dear mommy, you were a person that was 10 years ago, almost one decade, and every month since that, you send me messages or you send messages on my post every time, every month, normally 2 or 3 times per month. And the times then that I had bad times here in Brazil, do you know, of course, my dear, that I have the depressive problem. I am depressive. I'm not depressive, but sometimes I have this problem, of course, because I have a lot of pressure in my shoes. 5 kids, granddaughter, now grandson, and the part of my family depend of me. I have 4 business companies, so I have a lot of pressure in my shoes. So I had bad times here in Brazil, but always when I have bad times and I receive some message, some love messages from you, my dear, especially when I was sick or I was in a hospital or you know that I did one surgery, you always send me messages. Hi, my honey grandson. How are you? Are you okay? I wish you be better. No, I'm praying to you. I and Gerald, we are praying to you be better enough by your health or something like that. And always, my dear, always when I receive your message, sometimes I am in totally deep depression and I can't take my head off of the water, like we say here in Brazil. When you are depressive, you are in something like a lake, and I can put my head off of the water and breathe and say, "Oh my God, I have someone in the other side of the world that worry about me." Okay, of course, I have other people here in Brazil, friends, relatives, my parents, except my bad father. But it was totally special, my dear, because when you know that a person like you and Jerry, you are totally far, 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 so far away from here, but our heart were together, that it's totally special. Unfortunately, I don't have condition, finance, and time condition to travel to United States to give a hug as I wish. When I was in United States in Miami in 2014, I did the plan to visit you and then on the South Carolina, but I didn't have the opportunity because I don't know if you remember, I had a serious problem in my food, and on that time I needed to do two surgeries at my foot, my right foot, that one that I lost some years after. But always, I when I did the plan to visit the United States, always I did the plan to visit you, my dear. Of course, today I'm a little bit sadly because I'm a little bit not. I'm totally sad. Sorry, too sad because I will not have. I won't have the opportunity to see Gerald again. But once a person told me that if you pass just 1 minute with a person or 10 years, that is not important. The important is that short or long time that you were with that person, that become special. And the memory that I keep here in my heart about Gerald will be that, my dear. I had nice time with you on that cook class. I had nice time when we were to the mall here in Barueri to take some money that he needed. I have a long conversation with him about everything, about politics. Sorry, that I love to talk. I remember that I talked with him a lot of about Barack Obama, um, United States president. Okay, Potts, and he was serious. Yes, because I believe that he didn't like Barack Obama, but I remember that he was so kind with me, and I helped him at the bank to take your money, and that was another. If I remember, um, you didn't go with us. If I remember correct, I went not alone with Jared, but you were there with us. Okay, I believe you were on the church, and it's just that, my dear. I will get more time to do when I get the video of Gerald. If you told him that you won't be uncomfortable with that, I will create one video to honorate him, a complete video with the pictures, with the videos and everything more that I will find. And I wish that your family at the United States appreciate it because it will be a a simple homenage to him. But I believe because I am a video maker, not a professional video maker, but I love to do it all the times. When we had parties here in Brazil, my family, my friends asked me to do special videos to weddings party or to birthday parties or to special, I don't know, business opportunities, something like that. I am an amateur video maker, and I do that. I just record this video to give you my condolence to our lost. Yes, because he is part of me. But like my grandfathers that I have a lot of love, Anísio and Catarina, they were my grandparents, the side of my mother. Like I have Garcia, Odette, in the side of my father, and my grandparents also. But I will focus in my Anísio and Catarina grandparents because they were married per 63 years. It's a long time here in Brazil. It's a historic time here in Brazil. And they were so simple to give us a lot of love and examples about the life. I lived with them 1 year on the estate here in Brazil called Bahia in 1991 because that was old dream that they had about me because I'm sorry my cousins, but I'm the preferred nephew, no, stupid, grandson of them. I am the preferred, I'm not the first. The first is my cousin Renata. She's 1 year older than me, but I'm the preferred. Everyone knows that because every time when when they traveled to São Paulo, I was the first grandson that tried to visit them, tried to stay with them, and they do also the same with me. Um, I'm not playing, my cousins. Do you know? I was the preferred, and they was a biggest example in my life. They didn't study like you and Gerald too much. They are so simple farmers, but they teach me so much, my dear. And you, on this last decade, you teach me and you gave me a lot of examples of love about your family, about Jared, and about you, and with me. And these examples I will never forget. On that video that I will prepare to your family, to my Gerald, I will put your pictures that you show on the internet with everyone. You are a big example. So is that, my dear. I was too long that I wanted, but it's the time. It's my just. It's a simple video to say how much I love you, and the people know how was hard to me to know that we lost him, but this is the God wishes. Sometimes we didn't understand, but we need to accept. To me, that I am here in Brazil and I am a simple grandson, I cannot imagine your pain, my dear, and I'm sorry to. I'm sorry to cry. I cannot imagine your pain because he is your partner, your husband in your entire life. I had a lot of unsuccess marriages, and when I saw the history that you leave to us and you teach us about the life, the legacy that you gave to your family to us, it's totally incredible. I wanted to have one pretty relationship and married like you have, but the love is most important that you teach us. The love one to each other and to your family, and every time the God words that you gave me, and every time, you know, when I don't call you like my grandmommy, I call you like angels sent by God. And today, sorry, I believe that Gerald come back to the heaven to take his place again like an angel, and the God will prepare another mission to him, and he will come back a day to us, because I believe in reincarnation, and he will be again another angel, and he will take and do the lives of the other people have, like he did to you and to your family, to your kids, and to your nephews, your grandson and daughters, even. So, about all your family. Thank you so much to be so special. I'm sorry, I cry easily, and you are so special. Okay, now I show on this video who you are to the people here in Brazil that don't know who you are, and I wish you that you be better enough in a short time. But don't don't try to don't cry, or to don't leave your tears. Come on, come down, because they will just confirm to Gerald that become an angel again, that how much he's special. And if you need something, my dear, I can be capable before the end of year to travel to United States. I had a plan to travel. Nowadays I cannot travel because my passport was oh my god, I, the time, the due date of my passport expired. Sorry, I forgot the word. My passport was expired. I'm trying to take another one, a new, and I will try to visit you. That will be my plan. Okay, my dear? I love you, girl. You are my special grandmommy, and always will be. Okay, guys? Who doesn't know who is this my loved grandmommy? I will show you here in my computer who here picture here we have Gerald, my grandfather, my loved grandfather, and Shirley, my loved grandmommy. They were one of the most incredible couple that I know in my life. Here is another picture of our. He was born in 29th of January 1936, and he left to us. He was gone yesterday, 11th July 2022. He is the obituary. Okay, okay. I showed just the part of his obituary. I not read everything here, but okay. They had 68 years married with his wife, my loved grandmommy, Gerald Caldwell. Okay, and they had 8 grandchildren, 1 grandchild, sister Donna Elaine Caldwell of Jamestown, and sister-in-law Fran Caldwell of Monroe. Okay, the memorial will be in the Jindals and Stetson Lincoln Company. Oh my God, sorry, I'm not good to read everything. Sorry, guys, sorry. Okay, this is, and the other video, my dear, I'll show everything that I had about you. Guys, that were the fantastic day that I had with her. Okay, the date that she issued this picture was April 2013. I